This is secret shop or else bingo. This is how you should go and work on it. The rewards, the strategy, the best to pick for artifacts and CDPs. Let's go. Hello gang, welcome to the channel, and today we're gonna go through a thing that happens like third year in a row or something. So I was thinking that most of the people already know about the secret shop or bingo, but as it seems from my comment, people asking me if I spend 5,000 crystals I'm gonna get a brilliant selector. That's what I am understanding. Others was telling me, oh, that's why you have all the characters and all the tier 3 materials, because you buy them for crystals from there. A lot of people is getting confused on what's the purpose of this and what's the rewards and how you're going to redeem them. So I have done a progress until page 5 of bingo. I have redeemed myself 4 rewards, and I'm going to explain you how I feel like it's the best strategy to go to get, the maximum rewards with less spending crystals. There are also other rewards that you're getting through the page of bingo, every single table. So you need to, consider if you want to spend crystals or redeem all rewards, and depending on that, you should restart or not the page, refresh the reward. So let's start from somewhere, and yeah, because before I start explaining and stuff, I'm gonna tell you also at the end which are the best for the 3 selectors that you can have from these rewards. As you can see, I have picked the selectors already. Let me show you the rewards actually. It's this reward, a normal selector for a normal CTP. I'm gonna go through which is the best for this, and this. Also for sword, but also the best artifacts you should look for. But you need to consider that artifact is not that important, depending especially on the character you are going to use. As you saw there, my bingo just refreshed, and yes, that's part of the strategy, waiting to refresh and then redeem some rewards. And yes, I'm gonna show you how I picked the rewards until now. But before we go through that, guys, I want you to make sure that you have smashed the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and let me know down below in the comments if you have done ever secret shop, bingo, or you tried it only one page, or you just spent some crystals to get some rewards, or whatever is your experience with secret shop. So it's not like I have done this multiple times, it's like my second time I'm completing a full bingo. I probably gonna end completing it actually, but yes, the point here is to redeem the low spending on the the low amount of crystals rewards, and try to make lines here to get the rewards that there are here. And the moment you complete 5 lines, you're getting the reward that it's here, and you have to done this 3 times, actually 6 times. 1 for this, 1 for that, 1 for that, 1 for that, 1 for that, and 1 for that. So it's 6 different tables that you need to redeem crystals. People have figured out how many crystals you're gonna end up using if you pick, the most, the less expensive picks, and the less expensive picks are this one, 260, 260, 260, 275, 275, 250, 250, 300, 260, 50, 250, 100, 200, and yes, nothing else. Only the small amount, 300 and below, If you get that, you're spending per page around 5,000 crystals pretty much. So you need in a total, a total amount of 30,000 crystals. And when you listen to this number, you're like, you're crazy, But the strategy behind this is holding the crystals that you're getting through the game and redeem these rewards that helps you progress the game faster and, make your life easier. Except the main rewards that I just explained, it's 2 selectors for artifacts, 3 for CTPs, and 1 for a 6-star sword. There are these, gifts here. This is the most important in my mind, Mega Mythic uniform makes you able to mythic uniforms that needs you to spend real money to get the bios, like Luna Snow, like, you know, the really good characters that are only from premium biometrics. And also helps you progress through the team up collection with characters like Agent Venom that you're not planning to go and pick his bios one by one, you know, all these annoying requirements to progress through symbiote team up collection or anything else having this. After that, I believe like emblem enhancement kit is really useful to progress through your emblem collection. These are really useful to do your, you know, to fix your roost and make them mighty. Or this one, which is kind of important, you know, if you wanna play at the high level, you know, Odin's Blessing are super cool and useful. It's not like any of these rewards are gonna change your life, except this, you know, that you can have mythic and all options with one thing. You know, this is the coolest reward. And after that are these rewards. Okay, let me show you how I end up doing the bingo myself. And let's start. You can see I'm having here in the top, you can see it's the selector, the first selector, the 11 one. That means I haven't redeemed the CTP already. So let's move my face like here so you can see the bingo and how it progresses. Let's be in the corner here. You can see I'm getting only the things that I told you, you know, the 260, the 300, and you know, the more you're getting of them, a new square is popping. So the point is the game can, you know, kind of let you behind without giving you the squares that you need to complete lines. You know, if the game drops random squares, you're gonna end up spending more crystals than the crystals you actually need, because, you know, need to be in line, 5 in line. If you don't complete lines, you're not getting the reward. So it doesn't really matter how many times. You can see here, it's my first one and I haven't done a single row and there are like less than 10 squares left. So yeah, here I was aiming for Odin's Blessings, I was aiming for the mythic ticket and then the kits. So yeah, pretty much the most important for me was the mythic ticket there. But you can see the square 13 and the square 9, which are the squares for the mythic uniform ticket, it's not unlocked for me. So look at this, it's only 5 left and still I don't have the mythic ticket. So I'm buying more packs. Now I took the CTP there, but I keep doing this because, you know, it's really important getting the mythic ticket. But yeah, no. The mythic ticket, it's still behind the 13 square. If I unlock 13 square, I'm cool. But no, the game didn't unlock it yet. And yes, I end up using almost all the paids until I finally take the mythic ticket. And you can see, I took some other rewards too, but you know, I don't really, I could stop earlier and now I swap the reward and everything is resetted. As you can see, now the reward of me, it's the reward for me was like the 5-star artifact selector here, and you can see I'm starting all over again. So something about the timer. I saw a dude calling me on the comments, you know, what are you talking about? The you know, the timer is general for everyone. So about the timer, guys, the timer is personal. Just because every time you buy all the deals in the shop, the moment you buy all the deals, the page is getting resetted. And the moment the page is getting resetted, you get a new timer for 30 minutes. So every time you buy out all the page resets into 29. But the moment that you get your reward, the timer goes into the global timer. The global timer is 30 minutes every, you know, like 6 o'clock, 6 half past, 6 o'clock, 6 half past. Every single time, it's every 30 minutes. So when your rewards are getting resetted, you're set it into the universal timer, which is the same for everyone. But the moment you go into one of the deals page, you know, you're lucky and you have all the deals costing like 50, 40 and 200, you know, whatever I told you before actually. And okay, the video behind went into, yeah, I picked Wanda there. from the 5-star selector. That's what I picked, and yes, I had this on this video. I wasn't remembering that, but yeah, my 5-star selector was Wanda, and I picked Wanda because I had the 3-star and she's cool for ABL and ABX. But yes, this is not like the best to go for. I'm gonna explain later on. Don't see what rewards I'm redeeming. And yes, the point was to show you here how it works, the timer. And if you see, there is here, I'm gonna buy out all the deals. Okay, this is the perfect moment to showcase the exact thing what I was saying. As you can see now, the timer is at 8 minutes and it went 29 minutes. You saw it? You saw it there? So the point here is exactly what I was saying. As you can see, 8-minute timer. 8-minute timer. I buy out all the page resetted, and it's again 29 minutes. So I have different timer from the others that had 8 minutes before. You know, it's that simple. That's why everyone has personal timer on Bingo. And let's go through the rewards. Let me show you more on what I was doing. And yes, guys, the game for real feels like rigged. You know. It's not giving you the mythic selector for uniforms. The game tries for you, you know, to spend more and more crystals, and yes, feels weird. But if you see this video, bro, you can understand. You know, I always get the mythic ticket as last reward with 1 or 2 squares missing, and that's really, you know, that's something really weird because I have done only 4 pages. And as it seems, all 4 pages was that way. Look at how many rewards I'm getting. I'm getting that, I'm getting this, and no mythic. Look at this. Look at this. If I get 13 square, 17 square, and 5 square, I'm gonna get the mythic. And it's the 5 last. So yeah, look at this page again. All my pages, bro, all my pages was that kind of luck. The game hates me somehow. But yes, look at this. It's the last 3. It's the last 3. It's so annoying that I have to look at this. 5 left. So it's 5 or 19. I think it. Okay, I did it. Nice. Congratulations. Death proof. Okay, here is the 6-star selector. I used Doctor Strange on this selector, by the way. Let me go through actually to show you the artifacts you should pick. Oh, here. Yeah, a moment of craziness. I opened another chest, and again I didn't took Ghost Rider there. Yeah. Classic. Okay. Enough with the rewards and actually with how Bingo works, and let's go into the rewards. We're gonna start with the CDPs because I have made a tier list and it's easy to explain and go through all the options you actually have. And yes, let's go. Actually, because it's bingo time, and yeah, I have to check this up every single time, and during the video, as it seems, it resetted, so I have to buy this. Let me show you here live how it works. And yeah, I picked this uniform kit. Yeah, there's no value on this kit, but yeah, I unlocked this square. Hooray. I have this uniform ticket now. No, upgrade kits actually. Yeah. Now let's go through the CDPs, and you need to understand what's the value of each CDP first. So let's start with CDP of Raids being the best CDP for multiple characters to use for ABL, ABX, and World Boss Legend, and GBR, and all PvE actually. World Boss Legend, in some cases there are others being better, but for a lot of characters that can't proc and have physical damage or energy damage, and they don't have elemental damage, you know, like it's for Judgment, Judgment, Rage is still the #1 CDP in the game. You have to have Rage or it's bust for, you know, ABX and ABL all days, all characters. There's no character that doesn't need Rage by any means. So this CDP, it's really important for everyone. If you already have 11 or 12, I would say go and pick something else. And other choices are, you know, less important, way less important. Liberation has some value because you have to understand that Liberation, it's not on the free chest on the game, so there's no other actual way to get liberation except you pay, you gamble, or in this case, you know, you have to pay only crystals. So that's why I believe that everyone should have one, just for the lols, you know. But it's way less important than a raid. A raid's gonna do huge impact in your account. This is not that important, and the fact that you need to have mighty liberation makes it even less attractive in my eyes. But I was planning to go for to buy more liberation somehow. I haven't figured out yet. That's why I picked a liberation. But yeah, it's only because it's also because it's rare. Also, after, I would say, if you already have a conquest and you are missing a conquest, to do a mighty conquest is one of the best for PvP. You have to understand that. And also it's kind of rare because it's also new. After that, you know, there are a lot of CTPs you could pick. A Judgment is really useful for all elemental characters. You can go for an energy. This CTPs works even at normal, except actually conquest. Yeah, they work on normal also, but they're not the best choices for anything. You know, you need to go into mighty. After that, you know, the rest of the CTPs are, you know, able to pick up from the chests. So I don't feel like there is something really important we should mention. I should mention that insight is really important too, because insight it's something that you use for ABX, ABL, World Boss Legend. You would pick, you know, different characters, a lot of options. So you shouldn't go there and pick something without even thinking about, because it's normal. Raids is the big boy there. And as for mighty, I would say raids is also really strong. You can't go and pick liberation. You can pick all the rest of the CTPs, and mighty raids has the same value as the normal raids, so it's really important. After that, I would go and you know, put conquest, because conquest, it's like normal conquest, it's bad, mid or something. Mighty conquest is the best CTP for multiple characters for PvP. So, you know, there's no doubt about this, so why not? After that, I would go for an insight, because as I told you, insights are always needed. After a mighty judgment would be cool, or, you know, I'm not sure. I mean, the rest of the CTPs are obtainable from the World Boss Legend. So if you play, let's say, Null, you could pick up a mighty energy. So in my mind, it's not that important getting something like mighty energy or mighty destruction or even mighty judgment, because you can pick them by mistake from a World Boss Legend. So yeah, these three is they're not obtainable from World Boss Legend, and World Boss Legend Plus are not actually giving you CTPs. I never took one, and I'm playing, you know, daily and stuff like that. So after these picks here, I would go for authority, perhaps. Yeah, all of these are strong, but you can pick them up from World Boss Legend. So in my mind, pick these three first. As for Brilliant, you need to understand that it's huge for any account. So the moment you have a Brilliant Rage on your account, your characters can perform like 100%. They're really strong. You need to get the right roll. You need the 300 critical damage from raids. And generally, for all of this, I have talked about, you know, for CTPs, how you should roll them and stuff like that. Whatever I have said exists here too. So the moment you get a Brilliant CTP, it's not like that. You don't get it and you're happy. You get it and you get something that costs a lot to reroll. So you either need to be really lucky in the first time, or else you need to burn actual CTPs to make it looks better. But yeah, perhaps you have from some chests some regenerations that you don't need them and you're gonna burn them. So yeah, why not? And also for Brilliant, I would suggest you, after this, you know, this is the best PvE CTP. After that, in my mind, it's again Conquest. You know, Brilliant Conquest is really strong for multiple characters. As for Sentry, which is the strongest character in the game, lately a lot of whales putting on a Brilliant Grid. So if you want the best PvP CTPs, in my mind, is these two. Both of them gives you super guard break immunity, but also gives you immunity on the reflect. So equipping on a character these two CTPs you can get away from Silver Surfers, you can get away from Adam Warlocks when they have enabled their tier 4s, you know, characters that do massive reflect, you can avoid while you're into the effect of the actual CTP. So for this, if you don't have the abuse, or for this, if you don't have the class, doesn't mean that you're gonna be able to reflect what I'm telling you. You need to charge your CTP during fight, you know, I guess you know how it works. After these three, I would say a Brilliant Energy is really cool, because if you equip this on Black Widow and you have Black Widow tier 4, you have the #1 striker for ABX. This is for people pushing ABX, but it's so specific, you know. Brilliant Raids, in most cases, it's the best choice to equip on your Ghost Rider, as example, for striking, but specifically, Brilliant Energy is the best for Black Widow ABX. After that, you know, Ghost Rider with the raids would work also, but I'm just telling you what to pick from Brilliance. After all this, Judgment is also a really decent one pick for World Boss Legend, but also for Ghost Rider, having him as you know, a multi-tool, using him as a damage dealer for World Boss Legend, or as a striker for World Boss Legend. With this one, he can perform even better than having a raids. The raids makes him the best for ABX and ABL, but not that good for you know, World Boss Legend. After that, there are other options, but in my mind, you know, doesn't really worth. I guess an Insight would be nice too. But yes, it's a long shot. I mean, you have to have all this brilliance you need, and after pick something like that. Do not waste it on anything else than these guys, in my mind, and for the specific reasons I told you. But Raids, Conquest and Greed, in my mind, are the hottest right now to pick for PvE or PvP. So let's go into the artifacts. As I told you, artifacts is less important in most cases. You know, if you get a Brilliant Rage, you can do miracles from a normal rage or from no CTP. If you get a character, a CTP, an artifact, for PvE at least, it can't transform your character. You need your character having rage, you need your character being already really strong, and these artifacts for damage purpose is adding a bit. So do not expect yourself to skyrocket your performance with any artifact. But the point is, here in the game itself helps you. First time I'm seeing that. But yes, they did it really nice. When you get here into the Marvel universe, you can see it's down below here, artifacts. You can have all access to all artifacts and the effects. And here it says all effects. If you press here, it says all effects. Here it says applies to all targets. You're gonna go here, press this, and press allies. And with this way, you can see yourself which artifacts, when you equip them, is not just boosting the damage of your character, is boosting the damage of all the team. All the team in Otherworld Battle, all the team on Zombie Survival, all the team on ABX, ABL, World Boss Legend, Timeline Battle, on everything. Every time you equip one of these CTPs, the character, you know, you're choosing buff all your allies, at least in most cases. Like Coulson. Coulson provides to all hero allies, not all allies. But yeah, it's an example. Half of the characters are hero and even more. This one, it's on all allies. You can see it's 15% damage. And there are some most important than others, like Valkyries. Valkyries is really important because Valkyrie itself provides buff to all characters. So, you know, it's a biggest range of characters that you can support with it. Scene is really hot lately because she is one of the best supports to use. Your Doctor Strange, which Doctor Strange is the #1 character for ABL and ABX. Dazzler for all the stages with mutants on World Boss Legend, or for the stages for mutant on ABL, you know, the one that you need to use Blast or Female, and etc, etc. You need to consider that it's not like all of them are good, you know. This Wasp one, it's kind of weird, you know, you don't want to go and spend on her. There are other more important, other less important, but the important thing here is you to understand what you are actually asking for. This one, it's really hot too now that you know, the symbiotes are coming into the game. But after that, I would go, you know, immediately to something like this. The only artifacts that actually has huge impact for the character that you're using are the immortality artifacts and the revive artifacts. And this means that that's what you think, you know, your character get immortality. In case here of Wolverine, this is really important. This artifact is really important if you want to use your Wolverine for PvP. If you don't want to use your Wolverine for PvP, you can get away without getting the artifact. But if you want to use him for PvP, he is busted with an immortality artifact. And the 5-star or 6-star is really important to pick something high for Wolverine, because the more time you get, you know, the bigger quality you have, the biggest the time that you are having here, you know, that you have the immortality. So for 7 seconds, whatever the enemy do, you have immortality, you have guard break immunity, and you can go through the enemy and kill him before he kills you. And after that, you get recovered 50% of your HP, which is really huge because you survive even more. Other than this, you know, there are the ones that they are revived, like Apocalypse, let's say. In my mind, you know, I wouldn't pick a big one for Apocalypse, you know, the 6-star, let's say, because whatever the artifact has as rarity, the point is the revive. The moment you revive, you know, you can do your skills, you can do whatever you want. The enemy has to kill you again, but the moment you revive, you can do skills, you can heal again. So it doesn't really matter if you revive full or revive with half of your HP. Most of the times you're gonna end up healing again using your skills, and it's important but not that important. The fact here is that you revive if it's 3-star, you revive it if it's 6-star. The job is done, you know. With immortality, if you have 3-star immortality, the enemy is going to have you immortal just for 1 second. After, you're gonna die immediately because the enemy, just for 3 seconds actually. So yeah, you need to consider that revive artifacts are really strong too. And after that, I don't feel like there are really strong artifacts, you know. It's not like if you go and equip Lock is really strong, but if you have the artifact or not, gonna increase like 300k, 400k, 500k, whatever. I have him 6-star, I bought it, I went there, and I was lucky actually, I didn't bought it. But the point is that you are not gonna see huge numbers. Anything it's for PvE does not gonna skyrocket your performance. There are some gives more, some gives less, but in my mind, the first artifacts you should aim for are the support artifacts, after the immortality artifacts, if you are a fan of PvP, you know, immortality revive, and then go through all the ABX and ABL metas and, you know, go one by one and choose what you're going to pick. Characters like Luna Snow, characters like Hulk, you know, all of these characters are going to be better and gonna increase your score weekly, a small amount that's gonna give you more rewards time by time. So yeah, do not expect miracles, but it's gonna be a bit better, 100%. Other than that, you know, support artifacts, immortality artifacts, and revive artifacts are the most important, because give to your character an extra layer, you know. Wolverine cannot die. Wow, Apocalypse can revive. Wow, Valkyrie gives you as extra buff to the group, you know. Dazzler gives you an extra buff to the group, which is really nice because they are already supports and they give you extra reward and even better rewards, even better support buff. So yeah. As for swords, of course, you need to consider that the best swords to pick is the purple one, because most of the characters are using energy damage on the meta of ABX and ABL. After that, it's the physical attack that gives you physical attack to all group. And after, depending if you care for PvP or you wanna go full PvE, what you're gonna pick. I mean, this is really nice. You are more durable, getting extra pierce for PvP, but doesn't really matter for PvE. So the blue one gives you extra instinct damage that helps you for PvP and PvE, but yes, it's less important than getting pierce reduction from the red one. The other two, it's physical defense and energy defense, which is the less important in my mind. But you should aim for swords that you have the less rarity also. So let's say that you have like 5-star purple and a 5-star orange. Do not pick the 6-star purple and orange. See if you have something 3-star. Like if you have the yellow 3-star and you get it at 6-star, the extra buff you're gonna get as you know from these buffs here, because you're gonna increase the totality of the stars that you have on your sword, is gonna be more important than getting one extra layer on your, you know, one extra level on your purple on orange sword. Overall, I feel like, you know, bingo is really hot, and everyone who is able to pick up crystals weekly, daily, you know, you should save for 6 months, spend on bingo, and then wait for anniversary and spend there too. Because even if this feels crazy to you right now, the moment you start redeeming the rewards, you know, and getting your account even better and better, you're gonna see huge results later on until the next month. You know, I'm counting 6 months and what score I had on ABX and ABL, what score I have now, you know. I'm seeing what I picked the last year and I'm trying to fix these choices. But yes, you're gonna do mistakes. It's not a big deal, you know. Of course, for people that cannot afford getting 30,000, you need to consider if it's worth to get a CDP. These days, in my mind, if you want to just get a CDP, this selector is not worth, you know, spending 5,000, because you can go through this fat shop and get for 2,400 if you're lucky and you get you know, the discount on the CDP. You can pick a CDP of raids there, a conquest, an insight with only 2,400 crystals, and also you can pick legendary battles for the same amount. So the first page and the second page are the less worthy in my mind. After the mighty CDP perhaps, and the 6-star selector and the 6-star and the brilliant CDP and the sword, you know, the value goes more and more and more, because you need to understand that sword affects all your account. Also, brilliant CDP skyrockets your skull everywhere. So yeah, it's more like what you want to do. Of course, getting uniforms gonna help you more at the end of the day, or getting something else, you know, like an epic quest and unlock gladiator and pick gladiator's uniform and smash the game. You know, 10,000 crystals, you're gonna get only a 5-star artifact and a CDP. This is not the same value 100%. You're gonna get an epic quest, you're gonna get gladiator and smash the game, you know. But you need to consider that this deal here, it's cool for people already have most of things in the game, because you can go there and fix the details that you were missing all the year, that you were trying to grind for something and you couldn't pick it up. You tried for brilliant raids and you failed on your personal craft combines. So you want something that is going to give you 100% the brilliant raids, and that's why you're doing it. So I hope I help you understand what's the strategy behind this, how I'm picking the rewards, how you should pick the rewards, and you know, if you want to ask anything else, hit me down below in the comments. It's not like I'm doing this every year, you know, it's the second time, as I already said, but yes, it's really cool, and I feel softened from the game because I have to spend, look at this page has nothing for me. So I need to wait another 30 minutes, you know. I'm gonna end up not having time to do it. Yeah, whatever. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoy my bad luck. See you into the next. Kisses in your faces.